Hi everyone, my name is Emily. The channel is One at a Time. Today we're continuing with the Granary project. Last we left was the floor. It's curing well, and the birds have decided to use the vertical supports as perches. They've put on some more sections or layers of the grain bins here on their foundations, and they're looking good. But now it's time to turn our attention to the top as we build from the top down. So as the camera pans, you'll see off to the left on the ground the tops of the grain bins, and so we need to get those, and we're going to build them similar to what they did here on the bottom. There's lots of nuts and bolts and holes to line up and sections to put on and seals. So they're going to get started with that by using a boom truck to raise the roof off the ground so that we can get around it and put on the sections. So we've got to lift up each section of tin, line up the holes, and put some bolts in, and from the outside, once we get those lined up, then the people on the inside will put on the nuts. They'll twist them on by hand, and then they'll use a cordless drill to tighten them up. This is looking up at the vertical supports. There will be more that will continue down the side. And then we'll get a shot of the roof. It's being held up right now from the boom truck. And the empty space where these sections will be added as we go around the bin. So we just continue putting on sections, lining them up, putting in bolts. There is a section of seal that it's kind of a putty that we put in between to seal it, and then we put in more nuts and bolts. Here's a look at the outside and the other sections as we're continuing around the bin. It works really well to have someone on the outside holding a wrench while they're tightening on the inside. And you kind of need a team at each intersection of tin. Putting in the last section now at the bottom, so we'll be closed in on the inside to finish up the nuts and bolts on the inside to stiffen it up and make sure everything's attached very securely, and put on the vertical stiffeners. Next, they put the stiffeners in, and this is getting all the holes lined up, and then they put in more nuts and bolts. Check out that tool belt. Bucket wrapped around your waist. They're going to tighten them up with the cordless drills so they are good and secure. They're going to lift it up and we're inside. Oh, not too bad so far. Do you feel that breeze? A little bit of air. Okay, I'm gonna get out. Is he done moving?
He's close.
He's gonna move some more. Once the bin is raised and secured, they start putting on another section, and it's built pretty much the same as the other one. Lots of nuts and bolts and tightening along the way. When we're finished with that section, it's time for everyone to get out. This boom truck has lifted all it's going to lift. We're going to have to get some bigger equipment for this build. It's time to cool off. This is how my kids cool off when the pivot is close. Till next time, everyone, eat more potatoes, wear wool, and ask for USA lamb and beef at your local grocery store.